Assalamu alaikum dear viewers. In the previous video we discussed the traditional notions of security. This topic belongs to class 11th. The name of the topic is security in contemporary politics or contemporary world, and our subtopic today would be the non-traditional notions of the security. The non-traditional security notions of security has emerged after the World War II. Out of the World War II, the new dimensions of security emerged, which are generally known as non-traditional notions of security. The non-traditional notions of security has a wide range of threats. It does not pose threat only to the state, but it poses its threats on the individuals, on the communities, on the whole mankind. The whole mankind is affected by these threats. Its major threats emerged after the World War II are as the terrorism, the health epidemics, global poverty, human rights violation, likewise environmental degradation, and these are also called the human security, and sometimes we call them global security. Let's briefly discuss what are the main threats which are in this notion of security. The terrorism. The term terrorism refers to the organized, planned, or deliberate violence by a group of people to fulfill their political objectives. The major menace, it has become the major menace to face by the international community or at the global level. Here we can say that this terrorism has become a severe threat to the whole mankind since 1980s, because this in the terrorism, when it is an organized, having its organized shape, it goes on. The classical examples of it is to plant the bombs in the trains, in the cafes, in the markets, in the public places, also the hijacking of the planes. And after 9/11 attack, this terrorism has taken a new dimension. However, its characteristics can be summed as it is a well-planned or organized or deliberate use of violence to fulfill the political interests by the group of people. It's an unlawful, inhuman, and unconstitutional activity. Likewise, it is an undemocratic activity having no faith in the human values. It is also called it is an indiscriminate use of violence and violence by targeting the civilians and the armed forces. Likewise, it has a tool of blackmailing the governments by accepting the demands, unlawful demands of the organized groups to fulfill their political or to fulfill their unlawful objectives. This is the terrorism. Likewise, the another threat which is known as the non-traditional notion of security is the health epidemics. The health epidemics here refers to the HIV/AIDS, HIV/AIDS, bird flu, SARS, and likewise nowadays we are witnessing another kind of health epidemics which is known as COVID-19. Let's briefly discuss this HIV/AIDS. The full form of HIV/AIDS is human immunodeficiency virus. Likewise, AIDS means acute immunodeficiency syndrome, and the bird flu, likewise also another word, SARS, which means the severe acute respiratory syndrome. Likewise, this COVID-19, which has emerged during the 2019, it has it took its birth from the Wuhan city of China, and it has claimed till date it has claimed the 5 lakh lives of the humans. Likewise, more than 1 crore people are affected globally. Likewise, this HIV/AIDS has affected 4 crore people throughout the globe, out of which two-third of four out of this 4 crore people, two-third belong to the Africa, and one half of that is belonging to the South Asia. Likewise, the old diseases like malaria, like cholera, like tuberculosis, dengue fever has become drug resistant, and it has become a threat to the governments to control those people who are affected by these diseases. The epidemics in animals has caused the threat to the economic repercussions, as there is a complete or blanket ban on the transposition of those affected animals, which has severely affected the economies of the countries globally. So here we need to control these all epidemics, to control the terrorism, to control this health epidemics. Here we need the collective security. The other aspects like these global poverty, and the environmental degradation, and other this human security, we will discuss in the next video, inshallah. Till then, have a good day. Thank you very much.